Okay, here's where we're starting to get into stuff you might want for making a game. Here's one way to do things. So let's say I have something I want to do. So let's say console.log 5, but then I want to do something else. Yeah, console.log 10. Okay, what does that look like? Let's run it. Boom. All right. Happened real fast. 510. Bam. Okay. Well, what if I wanted to create a delay? Well, I could say setTimeout. And I want to do that. But I gotta sort of, in here, I can't just do it like that. So it's kind of like that. I don't think I can. I can try that. So I'm going to say setTimeout, do this, but wait 1 second. Or let's wait 3 seconds just to make it noticeable. Well, this number here that goes after the comma needs to be in milliseconds. So there's going to be 3,000 milliseconds in 3 seconds. So if I save that and run it, I think I'm going to get an error. Okay, I did not. But it doesn't wait 3 seconds. So I think what I have to do is I'm going to cut this. I'm going to bring it back later. And I need to put a function here. I could do that in either the generic function way, which is fine. And then in here, I'm going to paste that. That's one way. Boom, 3 seconds. So if I do it that way, I can make it happen 3 seconds later. What if I did something else right after that? What if I said console log 15? Let's try that. 5:15, 3 seconds later, 10. So it only delays this. It's not like a wait block in Scratch where everything else waits until this happens and then it finishes. No, it goes past it. But it kind of puts in the background that this thing's going to fire in about 3 seconds. So it's a little bit different than a wait block. But that's one way that you could do that. Another way that you could do that with, instead of a generic function, I could do that in an arrow function. And if I put my console.log 5 or log 10 in there, it should do the same. 5:15, 10, finally. Okay. So that's setTimeout. Pretty nice. You can delay things. So when the page loads, do a bunch of stuff, but a few seconds later, do something a little surprising. Play a sound or, I don't know, whatever. Make a pop-up. So that's a nice feature, the setTimeout. Well, what if I don't want it to stop? What if I want it to keep doing it? Well, instead of setTimeout, I could say setInterval. And what that will do is it'll do this after 3 seconds, and then after another 3 seconds, and then another 3 seconds. So let's see what that looks like. 5:15, 3 seconds later, I should get a 10. But watch what happens now. I got a second one, and a third one, and a fourth one, forever. So what if I only waited 30 milliseconds? How's that going to look? It goes real fast. I'm getting a lot of them. Okay, so that's setInterval. Well, what if I want to stop it? Well, I'm not going to want to stop it right away. But here's how I could do that. I could say let process equal setInterval with all that stuff. Okay, so now I've given that interval a name. And now I'm going to say clearInterval process. That gets rid of it. How does that look? Well, it looks like it cut right away. If I go back to 3 seconds, if I wait 3 seconds, it never comes because I killed it right away before it could even run once. So I said in 3 seconds, do that thing with the 10, and I'm going to name it process, but then remember it keeps going, and then it gets to this and it says kill the process, and it killed it before it outputted anything. So let's put a delay on this. Let's say set timeout, arrow function, brackets around this, comma, after 10 seconds, that's when we will stop it. So I should only get 3 fires. I should only get 3 times, and it should stop. 1, 2, 3. I shouldn't get any more, because now the process has been cleared. The interval, we ran clear interval after 10 seconds. So you can stop it. And what if I then said, well, anyway, well, let's make it a little bit different, okay? I'm going to do this I'm going to put 0. So it's not really going to wait 0 milliseconds. It's going to just go as fast as it can. It'll still be a few milliseconds. Maybe I'll just do 10 just to not go crazy. But it won't actually do it. It'll take, there will be time in between each firing, even if I put 0. But I'm going to just say, let's log not 10. Let's, how do I get the time? Anyway, well, we won't do that. Let's just say let I don't know, count equals 0, and then the process is, I'm going to do it like this, so I can kind of see what's in my block here. And every time this thing fires, every 10 milliseconds, let's console.log count, and then let's increase the count by 1. So I should see 0, 1, 2, 3. I should see it counting every 10 milliseconds. But then we'll stop after 10 milliseconds. So you can see how that works. Yay, it's counting. Very good. And then it stops. So it is going through every number until 10 seconds is up, about, and then it stops. Well, what if I said process equals, I'm going to do another one. Let's do a set timeout. I'm going to copy that, but instead of clear interval, I'm going to say, let's run this again. I'm going to say process equals set interval. We're going to log it, add it every 10 milliseconds, but this thing won't fire for 15 seconds. Let's shorten this. So let's go 3 seconds, and let's go 5 seconds. Let's see what happens. It starts going. After 3 seconds, it will stop, and 2 more seconds after that, it comes back. So you can make a pause with this. You could have a game that's running. You press a certain key, it kills the process. It runs clear interval and it kills the process. You can always bring the process back. So right where you left off. So this works pretty well for a pause. So these are really useful functions. Set timeout, clear interval, and set interval. There are probably what I would call better ways for games that you make for somebody running in their browser. But this is one way to do it. And if you're on a server, I don't know. There are probably other ways to do it, but the way I'm thinking of for how you would do it in your browser wouldn't work on the server. So you would have, but this would. So it's a good thing to know.